All right, welcome to today's Nofloyo sequence. This sequence is just sitting and stretching. We're not going to flow through anything. We're not going to do anything fast. It's the opposite of fast. It's slow, but it's relaxing and it stretches your body out. And at the end, you'll feel so much better. So grab your yoga mat. Let's get started. By the way, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on a weekly yoga video. All right, on your yoga mat, you're going to sit in the middle. Then you're going to bring your legs out to the wide corners of the mat. Good, and just sit here for a moment. What do you feel? I'm already feeling that stretch in my legs. I'm feeling it a lot in my hamstrings. Where do you feel it? So right now, as you move into this stretch, that's when you start turning your attention inward and start feeling whatever there is to feel, because when we practice yoga, it's all about paying attention. It's the opposite of what we normally do. So normally we're out in the world working, doing chores, or taking care of business, and our attention is outward. So this yoga practice, we try to do the exact opposite. We move it inward. And so right away, when I start actively in a stretch, I start noticing the sensations in my body. And I want you to do the same too. In fact, it's easier sometimes when I start in an active stretch, because right away I do feel something. And that's the nice thing about starting in this pose right here. So I want you to inhale and then reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, you're going to dive forward, hinging forward. And then you're just going to drop it down. And, wherever your body stops you, that's where you stop. You don't worry about it. Like, I'm not very far in this pose, but you might be much further. Or you might still be sitting up completely tall. And there's no right and there's no wrong. Everybody is built differently. And every day is different, right? You roll out of bed every day feeling different than the day before. And you just never know what you're going to get. And then just settle in. So you've reached where you need to reach in this pose. If you're getting a little bit of a stretch, but at the same time, you're not like dying, okay? You're not just screaming out in pain, because if that's the case, you should back off a little bit, right? If I'm sitting up and I'm just not feeling a thing, then that means I need to draw myself a little bit deeper into the pose. So it's just this somewhere in the middle, right? Somewhere in the middle where it's nothing extreme, nothing forced. My feet are just relaxed. I'm not pointing them. I'm not flexing them. All right, and then maybe if you are okay here, you might consider closing your eyes, just to help block out even more, like block out those distractions around you, and it helps you focus on the present moment, and it helps allow you a little bit of space to let things go. So just simply, if you've rolled your yoga mat out and you're sitting here and you're in this pose, that's an accomplishment in itself, right? So good job being here, and let's just take advantage of this time and do the best we can with what we got. And to help us out a little bit, I'm going to mention a few things about the breath. Okay, so if you can, I just want you to start noticing how it feels when you breathe. How does it feel when you inhale? How does it feel when you exhale? Are you breathing deep? Are you breathing shallow? I don't know. And then I'll mention a couple other things which can be nice to do with your breath if you want to. It just helps give you something to focus on. All right. So I like to practice nose breathing sometimes. So if that makes sense today, try it out. Seal your lips off and inhale through your nose. As you do that, fill up your lungs. As you exhale, push the air out through your nose. So just nose breathing. Another thing here that I like is to breathe really deep. So as you inhale through your nose, make it super deep, like really fill up your lungs all the way. Make it a little bit noisy. And then you're going to exhale the air all the way out through your nose. Good. So let's just try to keep this breathing as we go through these poses today. We're just going to be kicking back, holding poses like this just a little bit longer than I would if I were flowing through a sequence. Good. Just stretching out the backside of your body. Inhale in all the way. And as you exhale, just relax into it a little bit more. Are there any little places in your body that are tensing up that you can relax as you exhale? Maybe it's your eyes. Maybe it's your eyebrows. Maybe it's your fingers. I don't know. Maybe it's your toes. Good. Let's just take about 5 more massive breaths here. You might notice the longer you sit here, the more space you find. Like you might recline just a little bit lower. At the same time, the exact opposite could happen. You could have gone too far. Now, at this point, you're thinking, wow, I should back off just a little bit. So listen to those cues that your body gives you. All right? Paying attention. We're exercising, that paying attention muscle. I know it's not a muscle, but imagine it is, right? Tuning in our attention, turning our focus inward, paying attention to what our body needs. Our body tells us a lot if we just listen. A couple more breaths here. Massive inhales, massive exhales. Keep it going. All right, take another massive inhale. On the exhale, bring your body up slowly. Good. You're going to slowly get out of this. So you can just grab onto your left leg if you want and just transition very slowly to your hands and your knees. Take your time. Good. Now from your hands and knees, I want you to bring your knees together and your feet just a little bit wider. And you're going to sit back into this hero's pose. Now, if for some reason this is not feeling good with your knees together and your feet wide, you could bring your feet right under your butt. All right? Or if this bothers your knees, you can just simply skip this pose and take a different pose that your body might need right now. And you're going to sit nice and tall. So again, listen to your body. If anything in your body says no, listen to that. Pay attention. Take it really gently. Good. So sitting nice and tall. Breathing. Massive inhales, massive exhales. Good. Feel your chest rise as you inhale. Feel your chest collapse as you exhale. Breathing nice and deep. We'll take 2 more breaths. Nice job. All right. Go ahead and transition back to your hands and knees. All right. Now from here, bring your big toes together, knees out. Sit your butt on your heels and bring your forehead down to the mat. Arms go overhead for child's pose. Good. Just taking a couple breaths here. This is kind of nice. Stretching out your lower back here. Relaxing. All right, take another massive inhale. On the exhale, come back up. And line your shoulders and your wrists up, knees and hips up, and then tuck your toes underneath. And I want you to go ahead and press your butt to the sky. So you're in this downward facing dog position or upside down V. Look back at your toes. Slightly pigeon your toes here. Fingers spread wide. Press your hands into the mat. Good. Make sure your head and your neck are dangling free. We're going to just take a couple hip stretches here. So from here, I want you to inhale your right leg to the sky. Open up that hip and bend the knee. And straighten it out. All right, you're going to slowly draw that knee in towards that right wrist. You're going to place the right shin on the mat. Bring your left leg down behind you. All right, this is Pigeon Pose. And I'm going to come down on my forearms. I'm going to relax my head. I'm going to relax my neck. So you do that too. And really feel it out. So I'm stretching out my right hip. And, depending on your flexibility, your right shin might be parallel with the mat. If you don't have that kind of flexibility like I don't, that right shin's going to be closer to your body. And it doesn't matter. All right? Just feel the sensations in your right hip, maybe even your glutes. All right? Just pay attention to that sensation. Make sure it's not too much, not overkill. Just enough where you can sit with and breathe. If you want to recline down even more, you could bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. All right, whatever you got. Good. Holding here and breathing. Good. We're going to hold this for another full minute. So maybe just close your eyes. Keep those breaths massive. You got it. Try to relax everything. Now, same with this pose as all others. If you need to get out early, you can get out early. If you need to take something else, take something else. All right, this is your time. Make it worth your time by paying attention. Keep breathing, bottom belly breaths. Couple more breaths here, nice and deep. Take one more massive inhale. On the exhale, if you recline down, go ahead and bring your torso up. And from here, tuck your left toe underneath. And then bring your right leg all the way back up to the sky. Open the right hip, bend the knee. And set it down. Let's do that hip stretch on the left side. So inhale, left leg up. Open the left hip, bend the knee. Straighten it out. And then draw the left knee up towards your left wrist. Set your left shin down. Right leg goes behind you. You can recline down on your forearms. You can bring your forehead all the way down to the mat if you like. So now we're stretching out the opposite side, the left hip. Maybe you'll feel this in your glutes. All right, and your left shin, again, might be parallel to the mat or close to your body, depending on how you're put together, how you're built, and your flexibility, all of those things together. So it's mostly about sensation, mostly about breath. I give you some guidelines, but again, you really have to tune into your body and what it's telling you and pay attention. All right, now from here, if you found that perfect spot, then I recommend closing your eyes and tuning into that deep, deep nose breathing. And let's stay here for a full minute. Keep breathing nice and deep. Be a little noisy. Don't be afraid to be a little noisy with your breathing. Relax every time you exhale. Good job. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Let's say about 3 3 more massive breaths here. Take another massive inhale. On the exhale, go ahead and bring your body up. Tuck your right toe underneath and bring your left leg to the sky. Open the left hip, bend the knee, and set it down. Come to downward facing dog. Let's just pause here, linger here for a moment. Shake your head yes and no. Good. Pedal your feet, lower your left heel, raise your right. Lower your right heel, raise your left. Just stretching out the back of your legs. All right, just come to down dog. Press your chest back towards your hips. Claw the mat with your fingertips. Breathe. Take another inhale. Good. Drop to your knees. Go ahead and bring your knees together, feet wide. Again, sitting back into that hero's pose. All right, if you want your feet more under your butt, or if you want some other pose altogether, feel free. We'll just stay here for 3 breaths. Breathe. Nice job. Take another massive inhale. Let's transition back to the middle of our mat, back to that pose we started with. So sit in the middle, bring your legs out to the wide corners of your mat. We're going to end it in this final pose here, exactly where we started from. So sitting nice and tall, inhale, arms up, and then exhale, you're just going to dive it forward until your body says stop. All right, then you're going to relax into it. Relax your head, relax your neck. Maybe close your eyes. Good. Just stretching out the back side of your body. Breathe. We're going to take about 10 massive inhales and exhales here. Really focus on the breathing. Filling up your lungs all the way. Make it a little noisy as you exhale. Use your belly to press the air out through your nose. Good, just sucking in oxygen. Paying attention to those subtle cues that your body gives you. Like if it has a little more space, maybe you sink a little bit lower, right? Or maybe the opposite. Just paying attention. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. All right. As you finish your last round of breaths, you're going to slowly come all the way up. Gently grab your leg and bring it around. And let's go ahead and lie down on our mats. I guess that wasn't the last pose, but that was the last active pose. All right, so just lie down on the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. Close your eyes. We're just setting up for this final pose. This final pose called Shavasana. And it's just a pose of rest. Gives us a chance to just be present and completely and totally relaxed. Close your eyes and enjoy. Shavasana. All right. If you have any more time, I recommend staying here 5 minutes or so, whatever you got. All right, no rush. Whenever you're ready to get out of Shavasana, you get out whenever you want. I hope that you feel better than when you started today. Your mind thanks you and your body thanks you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a weekly video that comes out every Monday. And check out yogayourheartoutwithdeb.com. Have an amazing day. Namaste.